Alright, we got a Bobcat 42-inch ZT2000. I've done put a winch on the front up here. If you know, you know. You get in some of these yards and a little soft, get a little stuck. These things ain't light. I think my other one was my old Hustler I had, 15-year-old Hustler. It was probably around 300 pounds. This one here is closer to 5.5, somewhere around in there. This one's been a good one. It's got the heavy-duty deck on it. Now, one thing I did do, besides the winch that I put up there, I upgraded the air filter system. As you can see there, you got the big hose that comes up. You can see where the old one was, all that trash that's caught up in there. You take those two screws right there and you take that cover off. The plate just mounts straight in with the same screws. Now, this system is a two-filter system. You have an inner filter and an outer filter. Now, what it does, it guaranteed you're not going to get nothing down in that carburetor. Now, this piece here on the end, it swivels, so it's, it'll match up to however you want to. I always want your spigot go down here. That gets rid of all the dirt and stuff and everything that'll collect up in there, and it will help, but you're still going to get dirt. A little bit of dirt up in there in your filters. You'll have to knock them out, clean them out, whatever you got to do. You got your rain cover. That's where she's going to suck a lot more air. Now, it does not help in the horsepower. All it does is help with the filtration system, so you don't get a bunch of dust and particles and stuff down in there. Now, that motor is a FR651v Kawasaki motor. I'd also fit an FR, I think a 691V. Now, that come off of Amazon. I paid $150 for it off of Amazon. Great buy. Great buy. I mean, it is what it is. Now, I did call my local guy down here where I got the mower from. Of course, my wife works down there a couple of days a week, and he acted like he couldn't get them. And like I told her, I said, there ain't no difference between this here motor on a home brand. Got an airplane going over. Then the motor that's on a commercial brand, it's the same motor. And he said, well, I got to have part numbers for that thing. Well, no, you don't. And there's another airplane going over. You get that quite a bit. Now, you go to Amazon, you type in upgrade air system for a Kawasaki FR651v, and you're going to see a whole bunch of these. You got them from $150 up to $240, $250. I didn't go with a name brand. They're all the same. They're all pretty much universal. Now, they're real easy to put on. Of course, like you see, you got hose clamps. You got 5 hose clamps. You got one on the bottom of your hose, one here, these two massive ones, and of course you got one under here, which ain't no big deal. Now, what I took out, here's the box that come in. This little deal here, I mean, look at all that dirt coming out of there. That can't be good for your motor. I mean, it's a design that works, but you figure they could come up with a better system, but it is what it is. Hey, it is what it is. Now, there's your numbers. That's your cover that you take off. One dude online, he drilled here so he could have his full cover. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave mine like it is. Well, if I decide later on down the road to sell this one, get me a new one, I can take that system off and put it on my other one. So I'm not losing $150, and I don't have to remake or go out and rebuy for another $150. But yeah, it's just an upgrade. It ain't going to make it run no better. It ain't going to make it run no faster. It ain't going to do it. But you're helping the air system in there. You're pulling good air, constantly good air. So we're going to see how she works. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.